game messing with me. Okay. Monday, that's where we are, and we have no scores in the summit on my main driver. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Well, let's see. The platinum medal is a 1.1 million. That's the score we need. Can we do it? Yeah, sure we can do it. So let's have a look. How much we can get. How fast can we guarantee the platinum medal? That's the idea. If we take the proper vehicles, of course. Camaro SS we picked up. $5.99. Need more speed. We need more speed. Oh no, not again. Move, people, move. $6.14. What do we get for that? $128,000. That's not good enough. But I don't expect us to get more from this side though. We'll try it anyway. Nope. That's not working. Not at all. Traffic is also not helping us here. kind of bounce there. Oh, come on, man. Seriously. Okay. Seems to be a bit more clear traffic-wise. $644, that's already better. I'm also using this new live studio thing from YouTube, but not so sure that works very well. 131,000, okay, that will do. Move. Next event, slalom. If we can score 130,000 on all events, we'll have around 1.2 million, 100,000 bonus, 1.3 million. Yeah, should do it, right? Should do it. Of course, on my main driver, the difference is that I have most of the vehicles recalibrated as well. Only a matter of finding them. Favorite filter would be nice. Oh my god. It's rally rate, so we need Ducati Monster by the looks of it on the I checked the leaderboards and I just put on everybody wants you on the team. Oh yeah. It's a bit tricky business. Yeah, but the problem is also if you accept a friend's request in game, 9 out of 10 your game freezes up or Uplay crashes or something. Just accept friend's request on Uplay but not in game. It breaks up your crew, it does all kind of stuff which it's not supposed to do. Why am I looking here? Now I need rally rate. Rally rate, that's what we need. Wonderful. The wonderful world of the weather. Which annoys me the hell, as you know. But yeah, we can't have it all, I guess. Speaking of having it all, I'm gonna give you some hints. Or tips, or whatever you want to call it. The first tip is you wanna have 5 million bucks around after this summit batch. So that means when this summit batch stops, 13 summits in batch number 1, 13 summits in batch number 2. When this thing stops, they're gonna repeat, as we know from the article, 3 summits from the first ones, Rising Sun, Untamed Italians and Flying Germans. After that, the third batch of summits will come into play. Unlike some people out there claiming that we're gonna have repeats of summits now, no, not really. We're gonna have new summits, I repeat it again, new summits, and the third batch will actually have more summits than the first 2 batches. More specifically, 18. Divided in 17 plus 1. 17 new summits with new vehicles, with new events and all that kind of stuff, and at the end of it 1 repeat of a premium summit which will be voted by the community, TPC members and other stuff. So my vote went to So French. I voted on So French so that you guys have another shot at winning the Devo Magma. Of course I only represent one vote out of I don't know how many people were able to vote, but we will see. When that third batch starts, which is somewhere mid-November, you want to have 5 million bucks around. That is to be sure and safe. I don't think you're gonna need that much, but just to be sure and safe, make sure you have around 5 million bucks around. No more information that I can give you guys, of course. That is sort of short term. Long term, if you can do the math, when the summit starts, this third batch, I just told you that we are doing 18 summits. You can do the math, where we will be time-wise. At that moment in time, after those third batch of summits, you want to have 100,000 crew credits around. Don't ask me why, just take it for granted. You're gonna need them. There are a few options there. You have the daily contracts, where you can gain 1,500, 2,500, 5,000 crew credits. If you just save them up for 3 days, you have 3 daily contracts. I would also advise you to re-roll. That makes it go faster. If you have one of 1,500, just re-roll it till you get like one of 2,500 or 5,000. You want to have 100,000 crew credits. You have more than enough time to get those by that time. But it's going to cost you some time and effort, obviously. If you don't want to do that, option number 2, you can just sit back and whatever it is that the thing comes out there, then you can afford just sit back and buy the damn thing. You know, you can buy a package of crew credits. Probably gonna cost you about 10 bucks or so, I think. But yeah, I'm just giving you the hint. If you don't want to pay, grind for crew credits. Make sure you have 100,000 by the end of summit batch number 3. You will thank me later. Okay. Where can you vote? Done on the survey, man. Survey. See, I'm not very good at doing this stuff in the snow. Can't see where I'm going. Thomas, if you go to a TPC on the announcement, I don't know, posted the survey. You can go through that survey. One of the questions was which summit do you want to see? That's basically that's your voting. Yeah? Which summit do you want to see come back? You know? Oh yeah, that jump. $23,200. What are people doing here? That's the question. Meanwhile, we are 5 days into the summit. That's why I waited a bit to give you a better idea of where we are. 23,730, Mr. GNU. Undo. Okay. Select the ghost. Retry. How fast are you going, my friend? Very fast by the looks of it. Did I just jump that? I think I need to make my bike a bit more stiffer. Focus! Get out of my way, man. That jump, what is wrong with that jump? Why does my bike not want to turn there? Doesn't matter, you get it anyway because I hear the thing. It's the bloody snow, isn't it? Just give me an option to put that damn weather off. How nice it might look for picture or whatever, I don't care. You have weather filters. You can play around with in the photo mode. Does not brake. Trash weather. Next to that everything is white. 23,400. 22,400. Oh, even better. Of course. Of course, what am I doing? Totally forgot about that. Need 10 seconds on the finish line. Otherwise you don't get a 2000 time bonus. Don't play the game for a few days. Been messing about a bit in the division. Then you forget the most important stuff. That jump is something annoying as hell. Okay, let's change the settings here for this trash. Grip is fine, the aero, bit more aero maybe. Bit more stiffer. Let's try that. I don't know what it is. It's the stupid weather. But my bike doesn't turn. Wheel spin as well. What should I buy, the Lamborghini Egoista or the Bugatti Divo? I would go for the Egoista. Because you're gonna have to more than likely gonna use that more than the Divo. The problem with the Bugattis is that you have the Divo, which is good on handling, but you have the Chiron, which is good on top speed. So sometimes you're gonna need both of them. With the Egoista you're sort of good for everything. It has the acceleration, it has the speed, it has strong nitro boost. Right, man. Not sure where you're going, but he's doing another slalom. Move. 23-4. I still don't have 2000 points because I'm sliding too much. Need 2000. Was close though. I had 9 seconds on the clock instead of 10. missed it because my multiplier is on 1. Seems to be random there. You can jump over it. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. What else has changed that I forgot to mention is like they are aware that the Devo Magma Edition doesn't steer that great. They're looking into that. They are also aware of that Black Knight of the Lancer and the Hurricane do not have the differential slider. That should all come into the game with one of the next patches. Okay. 10.1, so I can get 10 seconds now that the snow finally disappeared. Now we just need to get all the gates and 10 seconds on the start. On the finish, I mean. Now we should be good to rumble. And we don't stop before we get that. My god. Go there, here, jump left. And we have done a couple of runs as normal. That also means that the bike will start steering a bit better. Don't know what it is. First runs never steers. I'm also drunk by the looks of it. Somebody called the French touch so French. Yeah, that is because it was called so French on the summit billboard thing, you know, when you go into the summit. It was called so French, but officially the summit's called French Tour. So for those voting, if you want that summit, vote on French Tour. Jump is just annoying as hell. No steering at all. I'm just bubbling. There you can go through the edge, I think. I scored 21,500 on the last thing. This is more annoying than I thought. I'm gonna go back to my old settings, which is 4646 on the suspension. That worked normally. It is a bit bumpy here, so you probably have to stiffen it up way more to like something like 8.9, 7.9, something like that. But I don't like to do that because then it understeers like crazy. On the keyboard at least. Don't make silly mistakes now. Should be a decent run. Tell me I did not get that. 23.6, 48. That's more like it. Not super yet, but we're getting there. Where does that put us? Amongst the people a bit more. Top 50, that will do for this thing. Aerobatics. That was an easy one, I thought, right? Yeah. Oh. Not green. We need green on all of them. And not only green, but the middle. What you doing? What did I miss? Okay. I missed something apparently. I thought they were all green and I was all in the middle. But I'm missing 150 points. It's this one, isn't it? Yep. Wider angle there. Because we're missing 200 points for the perfect gate or whatever. How about now? Now we have it. '30th place, is that good? Yep, it's all good, man. You need top 3000, remember? Maximum score, no need to do it again. Can't score more. Where are we now? 441,000. Okay. Let's do the motocross. I'm not gonna bother too much about that because people are cutting all over the place. I already know that. I'm just gonna do a run as it's supposed to do it, with jumps and all that kind of stuff, and see where we finish. If there are too many cuts and too many reset crap things, then I don't bother too much with it. I do have some ventilator and some graceful on it, so I jump pretty far in the air. And while I'm hanging in the air, my boost refills because it's ventilated. And because of the graceful, we fly pretty far. unless you mess up. Then you might have a few hard landings. That is also something for future summits. There will be some other disciplines in there, so prepare. Make sure you have your monster truck set. Yeah, you should have it because we won it from the summit, but yeah, some people did not win that. There might be some aerobatic events in the new batch of summits, stuff like that. Be prepared. $252. That good? Probably not. We'll have a look. 134,000. That is good enough, I think. 234 they are doing. Obviously, I'm not aiming for a top 10 here in this run. I'm aiming for a top 50 somewhere, which will guarantee me. Then we have rally rate. Just gonna use the Porsche. I saw the top guys are using a Ford Focus. I don't have the Ford Focus. I'm also not gonna bother with buying that. The Porsche should do the trick. What do you want to hear again, gangster? If it's good, top 30, yeah, everything is good, man. As long as you're in top 3,000, it doesn't matter that much, you know. 2,500 or 5th, it does not matter at all. You win the same prize. Really? Are we going to go with this thing again? The wonderful hidden rocks in the bushes. Then didn't want to do the jump, but the car decided to go there anyway. Saw that coming from miles away. It's like a magnetic. Hey, there's a rock. Let's go there. Oh, here's another one. Wonderful. You think the boosted are natural chemistry? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know. It makes no sense to me that they boost it. If they are actually boosted, then it's gotta be the extra pump. They cannot boost the. In my opinion, they cannot boost the pure because that will just give an unfair advantage. 3,000 people will have boosted pure, and the rest doesn't. That makes no sense. So if they are actually boosted, it's gotta be the extra pump. 1% more or 2% more extra pump doesn't matter that much. Like magnetic fields, these rocks, I'm telling you. See me hang about too much in raid. There's too much random crap happening, which I didn't not steer to that tree at all, but the car decides to go there anyway. Same with these rocks. What are people doing here? 140, 150, I'm guessing. Let's have a look. 147. Yeah, my man. Sure, why not? Uh, 131, 134, that's fine. We're aiming for 125, 130,000 points in all these events. That should be doing it, eh? Which leaves us with the touring car, the street race, and 2 of the hypercars, including one long one. Hello, Samjet. Yeah, we had like, what was it? I think some powerboat race, right? We had a powerboat race at one point, not a race, a powerboat set that was boosted. And it had pure and rich on it, and they only boosted the rich. The rich was like 4.5% instead of 3%, and the pure was just 8%. They cannot boost pure, that would be like unfair business, but yeah, never say never, we will see. But so my guess is either they made a mistake by calling them boosted, and none of them are boosted, it's just like a proper set. That might be one option. Can we use the bike here? Bike is gonna be too slow, acceleration wise. We'll see, but I think it's just gonna be, if it's boosted it will be extra pump, not a pure, I think. Like this needs to be fixed, Ivory Tower, seriously. I'm 5 meters away from the checkpoint and I get it. Future tracks, new events, they will take in consideration the checkpoints. But in retrospect, they're probably not gonna watch to these existing tracks, and that's bothering me a bit. As you can hear in my voice. I don't know how you guys... Yeah, here is my favorite checkpoint of this whole track. If I do 10 runs, I hit it 8 times. Seriously. Too much speed coming out of the corner or what? I have no idea, but... Shift, man, shift. Strange how different it steers when you have a camera from behind or on the hood cam. Bad, bad, bad. 128 time. Okay, let's try that again. This time using the hood cam. See if it's any better. Five seconds faster. $132,000. Okay, where are we? 840,000. What is this here? the Egoista on some sort of street race. And we have the touring car, that's a 3-minute track I think. And then we have this thing here, which is a 12-minute track. Let's first do the touring car I guess, and then switch to the Egoista. McLaren 12C. Aiming for a time around 3 minutes, that should do it. To give us about 130,000 points, right? I think. Take the corner a bit wider. It's also a totally wrong line. Way too much on brakes. Ah, there's a bit of a sandy bump there. That's why it always understeers. Bit over 3 minutes. Some mistakes. And I also have a bit of understeer, so I probably need to give it a bit more aero or so. Nevertheless, 134. We're still on schedule, 130,000 points in every event. Then we don't have to worry about the platinum anymore. Where are we? 974 with 2 events to go and 100,000 bonus. That should do it, eh? Yeah. The goal is to finish up somewhere around 1.3 million, then we are 200,000 points above the platinum. Should do it with 48 hours to go or whatever. Can you show the 12C Pro settings? Yeah, I can show any setting you want. I normally do that at the end of the video, but it suffers from a bit from understeer though. And the problem is I did not copy these settings from my Nope driver, which were pretty good. I've been messing around with those settings a bit. Yeah, on top I always have the same, which is 10, 9, 10, 10. The aero I put on 3. By default it was on 4, I think, which brings the handling bar a little bit less, so 4 might actually be better. The gearbox I always put 1 down. if you put it on 10, it will give some more green numbers, but this has short corners and acceleration wise, so I prefer 9 over 10. 10 is if you have like really long straights, then 10 is probably the better choice. But I find it the gears a bit too long. The grip I never changed. The brake power, if you lock up, you can always do 9, but I have 9 on the ABS, so my brakes don't lock up. The brake balance I just played around with till I got the lowest number on the right there, brake distance, and that turned out to be on 2. Suspension, I like to have it on soft, so I put it on 2 forward, 2 3 2 4. The camber always on 0, otherwise you don't have these things. But here is the problem. I think I started on my other driver with 910 and then tried 810 and then brought it a bit lower. I think we can do another run if we want. Let's see. Let's put it on 7.9, the anti-roll bars, and see how that handles. And I also changed the arrow back to 4. So let's do another run and see what we can do. Bit looser now. I was in the corners better now though. So we probably need to put that arrow on 4. This is, yeah, that is always an annoying corner no matter which car it is. But it dives in the corners better. This is also a long ass corner, which never seems to stop. Still a bit of understeer, but it's way less and it dives into the corners better. So we probably had to stiffen up the anti-roll bars. And also give it a little bit more aero. Like this corner it dives in better. Don't touch the grass here now. The roll bars on 8, 9 would be better I think, instead of 7, 9. Of course with the camera like this you don't see it, but it's wobbling about a bit. Or stiffen up the suspension a bit, might be another option. The problem I have with this setting is if I put the suspension too high, the thing understeers like crazy on the keyboard. I know there are a lot of people who have the suspension pretty stiff always. Something like 6.8, 7.9 or even 8.10 sometimes. It will do anyway. 3 minutes, 2 seconds faster. One 4.9 on, yeah, might be up Oh, here he is again. Mr. Paco, I don't expect in-game. Because then the whole thing will freeze out on me, probably. 136,000. And on this driver, I'm on my main driver. I do not accept any friends requests. Because I am already over 50 and I want to keep it around 50 for PvP reasons. If you have more than 50 friends, you have way more connectivity issues and that kind of stuff due to the peer-to-peer connection thing. It's related to the friends list sometimes. That was already the case in the crew 1, but it's still... I think it's even a bit worse here, because in the crew 1 it was like around 80 people that was suggested to stay under your friends list, and now it's sort of like 50. Okay, let's have a look what this is. Hypercar. Downtown LA South. Really? In an Egoista. Okay. That is all about the shortcuts with this thing. This thing jumps at once over that thing. No. This is just stupid. Okay, guess we go around. Use a hypercar on a track like this? That's just stupid. We don't even come into 4th gear, I think. A hypercar on one of the A to B street races, one of the new tracks, that would make sense. Oh yeah, we do come into 4th gear here. Thing has 7 gears or whatever and you don't come out of 4th. 122. Okay, nevertheless, it's fine. Where are we? 1,099,000. We are already 3,056th, and we still have an event to do plus a 100,000 point bonus. I think we're on schedule to guarantee yourself a platinum. World record, GoPro Amex, no surprise there. I think he has, Michel has the world records in all the Hypercar events. 12:13. Is there anybody coming close? Yeah. About 30 seconds. Oh my god, my god. Egoista Veneno Aventador Performante. Yeah, the Performante, like I said, does not have a differential slider, just like the Evo Black Knight. So, not gonna use that. Just gonna use the this thing here and aim for a time somewhere under 15 minutes. That's insane. Yeah, Michel is kinda insane. He also has, what is it, 24 something on the New York race. And that's because he has trouble with traffic. He's aiming to go under 24. I'm just aiming for a time under 15 minutes would be great. Because of these random things, you know. Other than that, I am not familiar with the hypercar races that much either. I've done them 3 times. One in normal mode, one in hardcore, one in Ace, and that's it. See, none of these cars steer properly with the keyboard, because we can't change the linearity and all that kind of stuff. I don't bother with the super fast cars. Hypercar, Alpha GP, they just don't steer. It's as simple as that. They steer good enough, but not like here. I play with the throttle or I'm in the wall. While with the controller, you probably just take that corner full throttle. Same here. I don't know why people like Lamborghini so much in games. Might be a thing with manual gear if you can downshift, but Hurricane in Street Race, the Hurricane in Performante, even the Egoista, they don't brake at all. Best brakes are on the Veneno, I think, but yeah, that car is just not that great. But it has really good brakes. Another one of those things. GPS goes right, but you can easily go left, although it says wrong way. There are no checkpoints. Give me a build, give me 3 hours, and I will have checkpoints on your tracks. Also, this jump does not work very well. I think we're aiming for a time under 20 minutes. Random shit. Hello, punk. Yeah, and that's where you have to go pro IMAX. Master in it. He knows the perfect lines, he knows the perfect jumps, perfect resets. And that's why he's 30 seconds faster than anybody else. But he also spent quite a lot of time to find all that stuff. But I can't be bothered doing a 12-minute race and looking for every single shortcut and reset that works. That is a lot of doing the same race over and over just to gain 5 or 10 seconds. But if you're looking for records and so, yeah, that is what you have to do, obviously. I'm also wondering, is this random weather again, or is it always wet on this track? Have you paid attention on the weather circumstances? This track, it doesn't really, yeah, but I don't know if you posted the run. Sometimes he posts the run and then you say like, okay, these guys, they find cuts where you didn't even think about it. Here, that's for sure something where you just go straight. And I'm pretty sure also here, I think there are a few hairpins coming up. And the checkpoint is on top of the hill. So pretty sure you can go left here somewhere and just drive up the hill. more than likely. But it's a hypercar race, I prefer to stay on the road. I'm not a big fan of the off-road, and I like the dirt races in Formula 1, but the rally race I'm not a fan of. Especially not in this game, because you have these rocks all over the place in the bushes and such. But it's okay, I mean, it's like, not that I don't do it, but what you will not see me do very often is the A to B straight line things, like drag and powerboat. That I find just boring. But that's a personal thing. This is full brakes from the moment I went out the throttle. Lamborghinis and brakes. Is that optional on those cars or what? You can of course put the brake balance all the way to the front, and then yeah, you probably still go straight, because then your brakes, your tires lock up. The hidden rocks, and it will well be great if you have like some proper headlights that you can actually see the rock. All these weather and light things, that's all fine. If you have proper visibility, that is all fine. Then you can play as much with the lights and the weather as you want. But if you don't have proper lights, then also get rid of this darkness at all. Just make it daytime always. And sunny weather always. And then once you have a dedicated servers for your successor of this game, then you can do all your stuff with weather and lights and all you want. Brake, man, seriously. How do I even end up here? Can somebody tell me that? Because I drive like an idiot, probably. But see why I don't do hypercar races? Because the car does not react to the steering at high speed, especially. And there is only one reason for this. Because this game is only developed for controllers. In a way. It supports wheel and it supports keyboard, but only controller players can change linearity and dead zone and that kind of stuff. I guess you need to drive these fast cars in automatic so that you can downshift, in gear manual I mean, that you can downshift instead of braking. We did okay on the, what was that? Pickland? No, I don't think it was Pickland. South Rip, I think. Did a pretty good run because there are only 3 corners there where you have to brake. We had 1, 2, 3 with the team that we did it there, but on a track like this, it does not brake at all. Okay, I'll just go this way then if you don't want to brake. Seriously. I don't know, do I have some stream delay or something? Because now it's really worse than it ever was. Might be that I have some stream lag because I'm streaming. I know the Lamborghinis don't have that great brakes, but normally it brakes a little bit at least. Like I have to brake 5 minutes before the corner. $14.45. That's something, a time that I will definitely not. I've been like in the woods more than anything else. I'm more gonna end up with like 16 or so. Also because I'm not really focusing, because I can't be bothered about hypercar races. With cars that don't brake and don't steer, there's no problem in going even trying to get into a top 10 or whatever. Just no. Just make it more of a cruise, brake 5 minutes before the corners and then you will actually survive it. I have a pretty stiff setup on this car, which of course makes it understeer a little bit. But if I put it on oversteer, then the thing is spinning wheels the whole time because it has so much power, also NOS power. Even now if I touch the NOS, it's like it's spinning wheels in I think even in 5th gear. Yeah, I knew it. No point in steering in because I would never make that corner anyway. Yeah, I think it's probably because I'm streaming that there is a bit of a stream delay as it is, but because also the steering is not that great. You cannot do a 1, 2, 3 on one track and then not even decently steer on another track. That's just not with the same setup. I haven't changed anything on it. $14.40 already. I'm not even near Seattle. So my original goal was to do like cruise around 15 minutes, but been a couple of times in the woods where of course you lose all speed. Might be able to get under 16 minutes. Oh shit. Yep, I almost got him. 12-13. 15-48. Obviously this is not 130,000 points, but nevertheless. 100,000, 217,000 actually, this last event. That's how we need to look at it, because you get a 100,000 bonus for finishing. $1,317,000 with some very, very lousy scores and runs, especially in the time attacks. 120th, no need to worry about the next 48 hours. There's no way I will get out of the top 3,000. But, of course, we can also just strive for the top 10. That's also a possibility. And then how we do that? That's pretty simple. We need slipstream here. That needs to be 719 or somewhere in the area. This one only 100 points away, but normally I'm playing around for the world record on slaloms. So that's definitely something that can be improved. Although we have a good score there, but not. Yeah, this one is nothing we can change. Aerobatics. So once you have the top score of 25,600, you're done with it. Can't score more. The street race that can be improved for sure. 225 is the world record, and who has the world record? Doesn't show, doesn't load. .225.3, Erza Boy and Hotfire, Choco Hex, yep, Choco Hex. If you in 2 months time go from icon 2000 to icon 5000, then I don't even comment on that anymore. Motocross, that can be improved obviously, because we did the run on the track, and those people doing 234, you can be assured they did not stay on the track. They cut every corner where they could and every checkpoint where they could. Rally rate, yep, that can be improved for sure. Because these are all pretty lousy runs that I did on these time attacks. Why does the top not works? 148. Ford Focus, Ford Focus. Who has the world records? Sipis, I think. That is. These people keep changing their names all over the place, but I think it's Sipis. 147.5, 147.8, 148. And they're all using the Ford Focus for some reason or another. Maybe I should buy that and test that car. There's probably something special with that thing. Yeah, this is like... This is a bit of a, you know, if you want to improve here, you need to do so many runs and it's every time 15 minutes. Not so sure that actually that decent. See you later, Waveland. Touring cars. Touring car, we need to go under 3 minutes for sure. But that will not change that much. Here is this thing here. 33. GoPro Amex does a 133 with a 256 stock car or so probably. That's how he's doing summits. He's not playing for the top of the summit anymore, I believe. So he's using stock cars or something. I don't know what he's doing. 256. That seems to be like some sort of stock score. If he puts parts on it, he probably has a 115 or so. Wouldn't surprise me. He did put some parts on it here, obviously, as you could see. And that's where it smokes everybody with about 36 seconds. Good luck, all you so-called pro drivers, catching him. Oh, let's see. Speed trap. We can gain definitely about 20,000 points there. Or is it not that much? I think so. Oh no, it's not 150,000. 138,000 if you have a score in 719, which is basically a slipstream maximum speed. It's a bit annoying with that corner there. You probably will not get this 720 for 1 or 2 seconds, and that means that you would have 719.9. But I don't immediately see, does anybody have 719.9? Oh no. Derek has the world record with 719.2. So you probably cannot get it long enough to get a 19.9 on the scoreboard. Shifting macro, yeah, well, yeah. I think even all those top drivers are using shifting macros, probably. I can drive manually, but the problem is it doesn't work. I have some sort of limitation on my keyboard where I can use 3 keys at the same time. So that means that if I steer, I'm on the throttle, or on the brakes, and then I'm steering and I'm pressing nitro and I want to shift, then one of these things does not work. Either I don't have any boost or it doesn't shift. Especially if you're braking towards a corner and you're downshifting. That's a bit of a problem, if it doesn't downshift. So I just skip it and I drive in automatic. But then you have these guys, they are macroing the auto clutch and the manual clutch and the manual shifting on one button, and then they clutch and shift at the same time. Then they super fast shifts they have. But that's always the same in games, you know. Can we improve something? Yep. This is definitely a worse run. This is our worst score, so yeah, we're gonna have to do that again and again and again to improve it. But that's not what I'm going to do, because I have also another problem. Due to stuff happening. Been playing a bit of the Division, but also some stuff happening in real life. Didn't had that much time this week. And that also means that I'm still stuck on with my other driver. On that 1,080,000, which is not good enough. There we did a hypercar race with the Lamborghini Performante because I don't have the Egoista. And that's still the case. I do not have the Egoista. So I need to grind. Of course, if I do LA South for about 120,000 points, I also get 100,000 bonus. So also with the Summit Nope, I can score about 1.3 million. And guarantee myself the platinum. Do we need the platinum is the question. To get some neon yellow tires, I don't think so. I never use any of that vanity stuff. That is all fine for kids and those guys who love Need for Speed titles. They're all about tires and underglow and fancy colorful nitro and smokes and whatever. Yeah, it's not my thing. Vanity is not my thing. I don't worry about it one single bit. So in this case we don't really need it. We just need that set there. That is for sure. We have a gold on the Summit Nope as well, so that's fine. Boosted parts. I'm guessing we're gonna get 3 or 4. Where are the others? The rest of the set is in the Porsche Addict here in 3 weeks time. So we're gonna get this week. We're gonna get 3 or 4 parts, and then the rest of the set is here in the silver medal. This is not boosted parts. This is just a set. Nitro Chemist with ventilated and bender. The bender I would just throw out there. Bender works pretty well to keep top speed on a street race or so, but not in motocross. The ventilated is indeed better than extra pump. It refills faster while you're hanging in the air. That of course is a bit of a problem for most people because they are cutting all those jumps. Yeah, then the ventilated has no effect at all. Because it only refills when you are actually hanging in the air. So if you are one of those cutters, then you better replace the ventilated with extra pump. If you drive motocross tracks properly as you should and take the jumps, then you definitely need ventilated instead of extra pump. The bender would be something that I would replace with a bit of pure, or what do I have? I have a bit of a mix on my motocross bike. Let's have a look. Where did I put? What did I use? The Kawasaki. I have a nitro set on it. If I could just have a favorite filter with like my 15 or 20 favorite vehicles, that would be so much better. Let's have a look. What do we have here? I have some extra pump, I have some frenetic, I have some graceful, I have pure, and I have ventilated. So I did a bit of a mix. Over here I have pure and ventilated. Here we have graceful and pure. Ventilated again with pure, pure graceful again, and then the rest is pure extra pump. So a bit of a combination of extra pump and ventilated for a refill of the nitro, and then some pure, but also one part of frenetic put in there to get a bit more boost at acceleration, short boost, which you can use like just press the boost just before you jump, and then you fly further due to the graceful. So that's pretty okay. You can of course just go for whatever you want, but sometimes I combine, and sometimes you also just do it with what you get, you know. The recalibrations cost heaps of money. We have 5.4 million. We're good to go. Because for those who missed the beginning of the stream, 5 million bucks I would go for. I would set that as a goal somewhere around the time that the third batch of summits begins, which is mid-November. Make sure you have 5 million bucks on the side. Then the third batch of the summit begins, and it ends. As you know, I told you 17 plus 1 is 18 summits, so 18 weeks later you're gonna need about 100,000 crew credits. Up to you if you want to wait and sit back and just buy the stuff, or grind for it and make sure you have it by the time it's there. Also, we have to do some grinding. 21,000 crew credits here. I used some to buy vehicles and such when I was low bucks after the recalibrations. Now I'm sort of working my way up again. That is something, don't ask me why, just accept it. Because we have the info that, for those who don't know, as a member of TPC, the pit crew, more or less the official feedback group of the game, with selected players by Ivory Tower, basically some players that were in the workshop 2018, and also some former so-called star players, people that they invited to E3 and Gamescom. Those are kinda the people that you find in TPC. About 20-25 players, a couple of community managers, a couple of community devs, and a couple of real devs. That's more or less what TPC is. So if I advise you guys or hint you guys to save 5 million bucks and to save 100,000 crew credits, that means you're gonna need them at one point. That will be it from this summit. 120th. Yeah, that should do it for now. I might have a look tomorrow or so if I find the time to do a couple of New York races or something on my other driver. Can buy the Egoista and then also their Platinum Guaranteed. The next one is the all-in-one summit. Can we see the events already? No combo event in this one. That's the first time ever, because we will have a monster truck arena. As I said, there will be more disciplines coming. Make sure you have yellow sets in all the disciplines. And then we have the Porsche, the Braun, and then we have Coast to Coast is the last one of this batch, I think. And then we will have the 3 repeats of the first 3 premiums: Rising Sun, Untamed Italians, and Flying Germans. And then the third batch of Summit, which will contain 18 summits, will start to roll out somewhere mid-November. That That's sort of where we're going to end up. Let's see, 2 October, 9 October. This will be up to 16 October. Then we have the 3 repeats. So yeah, somewhere mid-November we will be when the 3rd batch releases. That will be it for this one. Thanks for watching all. I will see you guys in the next one. Not sure it will be here or on Twitch. We will do another stream, definitely on Wednesday. Do the Nub Does Summit on Twitch, as always, on Wednesdays. And other than that, I might also throw in some The Division 2 streams, because we have a lot to do there as well. We'll see you guys then, and bye for now.